This shit kicked off and came back on and came back on and kicked off on my end. What up, y'all? I'm here from the phone today because I don't feel like sitting at my computer talking to you niggas. I did a Zoom earlier with Dr. Clyde Winters. The audio wasn't the best. I'm going to see if I can redo it another way, but I was having hella technical issues. So if you're on Patreon, you still can hear Dr. Winters. And he did most of the talking. Just when I come in, I'm way louder, and because this audio wasn't capturing right through my computer. But we talked about the Black American presence in Europe and Indigenous American. We talked about the Black American that was already here before the European, and I correlated that with the music, and how Black American music is indigenous to America. It's not no African shit. And that's with no disrespect. That's with all due respect to Africa. We just do something a little bit different over here. And that history is documented. It's just not documented and put in front of your face. But Dr. Clyde Winters has written the books on that documentation as far as the Black American indigenous history here and also in Europe. So we talked about that earlier on Patreon. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're about to talk about this whole situation. And let's talk about why we're talking about this. We're talking about this situation with LeBron and Stephen A. and Charles Barkley and Kendrick Perkins because in Black society we have a problem, a major, 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 major problem. We have a major problem, and that major problem is the men of Black society get far more triggered and animated when it comes to sports than we do the greater good of our society. What if the men, I'm just giving you the backstory of what pisses me off, because I'm about to go and talk a whole bunch of shit, especially to you punk ass brown sexuals. You niggas are the worst. Y'all just as bad as the Beehive. Now, matter of fact, y'all worse than the Beehive because at least they women. You niggas is grown ass men with grandchildrens. And I'm talking about it because the males in Black society can get really emotionally charged and move a mountain for LeBron James, but they don't have that same kind of energy when it comes to the greater good of society. We have a reparations fight going on here in California. Salute to Friday Jones. I'll be on her podcast Sunday. I'll make sure to post a link here on YouTube when I get the link to it. I'll make sure to post it here on YouTube in the community section, so I want y'all to look for it. Look out for that when we do it. But, we have a reparations thing going on right now. We got a president in office that's stripping away the government, and the majority of Black wealth is tied into government jobs. Dr. Claude Anderson taught us that. So although, this isn't our fight, Black people are still going to be affected. So it's like there's a lot of re-strategizing we have to do as a community, as people. And, when we get to talking about that, if there is a response, it's mediocre and it's not that intense. But say LeBron James isn't the greatest basketball player of all time, then it's time for World War 15. Say that, the Lakers get talked about too much, and I'm a Laker fan, but I agree with what Charles Barkley said. You got Kendrick Perkins ready to fight old ass man Charles Barkley. You ready to fight him because he's talking about how tired he is of the Jordan debate. And I am too. The who's greatest of all time? Like, me, I don't watch basketball like I used to, but I'm watching right now. But there's no bigger basketball fiend than me from basically from birth to maybe 2016, 2017. Up until then, you're not going to find anybody that's more of a basketball-aholic than I am. You tell me the year, I'll tell you what team won the NBA championship that year. Try me. I'm going to be right 95% of the time. Because that's how much I used to really be a part of in this game, up close and personal, and from a distance. And even though I don't really watch the way I used to, I'm like, you niggas is still debating every day over Jordan and LeBron and Kobe. Oh my! At what point does this shit stop? 91 Bulls, Bulls versus Lakers. Bulls won 4-1. That was easy. Give me something a little harder than that. But so I'm about to get into the situation. 87 Lakers, that was the first of a back to back. 67 Boston Celtics. But that's just, to see this 1951, I don't remember well, but that was either St. Louis or it was the Lakers. It was either St. Louis or the Lakers. But I'm always talking about basketball and I lived. I was born in '81. Well, you can give me some stuff in the '70s, but I'm trying those names from the years that I lived. But I'm still 100% right with the other years too. I'm just giving you guys an example of how extensive my basketball information is. And part of the reason I do what I do now, and I'm gonna give you a little more backstory. Where I am right now, as far as understanding our history, disseminating information for you, I was an basketball encyclopedia. And then one day, my father, this is probably 2007, 2008, my father sat me down and he said, man, you got a lot of memory. You got a lot of stuff going for you, because at the time I had just graduated college. I was working some jobs, but I wasn't where I needed to be. I wasn't on track yet. I had a college degree, but I wasn't on track. And my father sat me down, was like, you can use your memory and your ability to recall information and teach information for a lot more than basketball. And I was like, you're right. And he said that to me as I'm packing up, heading to NBA All-Star Weekend in Vegas, And that just sat with me for a while. And then, so I did. I was already, I've been studying music my whole life. Music and basketball are like this to me. Like memorizing stuff in music and basketball, they're the same to me because music has always been a part of my life, and so is basketball. They're both, the way I can recall music is the way I can recall basketball. They're the same because I gave them both equal attention growing up. Matter of fact, I gave basketball probably more attention. Because I was always known as, here in LA, as that fat nigga that could hoop. But I would just do it. And then I would be at dinner with cats in the league with coaches, just dropping dates and names and who did what and blah, blah, blah. And they'd be like, damn, nigga. But then my father, really just talked to me about, man, he's like, man, you got that gift. You got that gift. You could use it for a lot more than basketball. And I was like, you're right. I was in my 20s at the time. And, life goes on. But I said that to say, when I finally stopped watching I used to watch ESPN First Take every day. I stopped in 2011, and I'll tell you why. And I stopped because it was just like, why am I spending all my time watching all these other niggas make money? Like at the time I got friends in the NBA, and I'm working this day job that paid just enough for you to pay rent, pay your car note, and drive your punk ass back to work tomorrow. Press number 1 if you feel what I'm saying. Y'all know what I mean when I say a job that pay you just enough to pay rent, pay your car note, and get your ass back to work the next morning. That's the kind of job I was on. And I was like, my information is impressive to these millionaires, but I ain't got none of their money. And then I was coaching basketball at the time. And I'm going to get to the, we're going to get, because more people are coming in, we're going to get to the gist of what's going on. And then, so at the same time, I'm coaching basketball on weekends. I'm coaching AAU. And we talking 2009, 2010, sometime around there, 2011. And this how much I would coach. When All-Star Weekend was out here in LA, I think that was 2012 when it was out here in LA. I think that was 2012, if not, it was 2011. I was at All-Star Weekend. I went to the dunk contest when Blake Griffin jumped over the car. Then we went to the Players Union party that night. We partied that night till the sun came up. I partied until 6 that morning. I had an AAU game to coach the next morning at 10 a.m. way in Orange County. And if you're from LA, you know you live, at the time I'm living in View Park, to Orange County, even in the morning, is a 40-minute drive, even with no traffic. I had a 10 a.m. game to coach that next morning way in Orange County, and I was getting home from the club about 6:30 in the morning when All-Star Weekend was out here. I wasn't about to not party to coach no damn kids. Fuck that. I had to party. And I'm glad I did. That was a very memorable night. But I remember coaching one of my kids and telling him, if you're going to make college, you got to make at least 200 free throws a day. And you got to make at least 500 jumpers a day. Make, not take, make. And that's the work ethic it takes. 200 free throws, 500 jump shots a day from areas on the court, from spots on the court that you're going to get your shots in the game. And as I'm telling this kid that, I'm thinking like, wow, that's going to take this kid about an extra 3 to 5 hours a day on top of practice, on top of school. Takes 3 to 5 hours of dedication after practice in high school if you're going to make a D1 college. And if you're in D1 college and you're going to go to the NBA, it takes minimum 4 to 6 hours a day after practice of personal work to get to that level. And as I'm telling this kid that, I'm thinking like, damn, anything this kid does and dedicates that amount of time to, he's going to be great at. I'm telling this black kid to dedicate 5 hours a day on top of his study, after his studies, for a maybe? When if he dedicated the same 5 hours a day towards anything, engineer, hell, plumbing, anything you dedicate 5 hours a day on top of your studies to, you are going to be great at. You want to get down, Rocky? Look at Rocky. You want to get down, buddy boy? Come on, hold on. Let me put Rocky down. Whee! There we go. So I'm like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. I'm telling this kid to dedicate all this time towards something that's going to be a maybe. Then it started to come together. Maybe that's why one of the reasons contributing to our issues in our society. We don't have the mental mindset to game plan for reparations, but we can game plan for an almost lucky shot in the dark at getting to the NBA. And once you don't make the NBA, you can spend the rest of your day arguing who's the greatest, Jordan or LeBron. So that's how I'm going to start today's talk. That's what's the prevailing, my prevailing mindset when I talk about these athletes, okay? Yes, I did have kids that made it to the NBA. I've had kids that made it to D1. Hell, one of my kids that made it retired. Shit, that's how old we are. Retired like 5 years ago. That's how old I am. But my kid that I told that story to, he didn't make it to the NBA. But you know where he did make it? The kid I just told that story about? He made it to Georgetown University on a full ride scholarship after becoming valedictorian at his school, Verbum Day. Black kid out of Watts. This black kid lived in Watts off Central Avenue, off Wilmington and Santa Ana. And that kid I told that story about, he made it to Georgetown valedictorian, free ride scholarship. Now he's a writer on a TV show. I got to introduce him to when I filmed that episode of the Neighborhood a few weeks. I didn't tell you I filmed the Neighborhood scene. I'm in the scene on the Neighborhood. That's coming up in a couple weeks. I'll let you know when my episode comes on. But when I was on set, I got to introduce this kid to Tashina, and that was like dope because she dope as hell, and I'm so proud of that boy. But that kid got my drift. You dig? And so Black McBain just said we are in a new industrial revolution and it ain't got a damn thing to do with sports. You're 100% right, brother. So, you good, Rocky? So, I feel he gonna want to piss pretty soon. But if you do, y'all gonna walk with me, all right? Y'all gonna walk with me. But so we're here in this situation now. Time stampers, we can get started right here. All right, Rocky, you good? Time stampers, we can get going. And mods, anybody with lame jokes, 5 minutes to think of something funny. And there we go. So we're gonna start off with I'm gonna start off with the Kendrick Perkins part. Then I'm gonna get to the LeBron part. Because if I start the LeBron part, I'm not gonna get to the Kendrick Perkins part. Charles Barkley on Inside the NBA said this about the Lakers.
You talking about the Lakers save the NBA? Save the NBA? Yeah.
He's talking about Kendrick Perkins and something Kendrick Perkins said. So I'm gonna play part of it. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I'll play part of it.
He's an idiot and a fool, but he know who he is. What's his name, Shaq?
Which one you talking about?
Kendrick Perkins. Oh, he said the Lakers. First of all, the Lakers will have a great 2 weeks. He said the Lakers saved the NBA season. That's because them fools on the other network, which we're gonna be working for next year. That's all they talk about. Let me tell y'all something.
Tell me something.
And first of all, I want all the smoke. I don't whistle when I walk by the graveyard or anything like that.
I don't whistle when I walk by the graveyard. I like that.
Hey, man.
I'm stealing that one.
The Lakers are doing great. Got a long way to go. But the reason the season's been going great for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Y'all just want to talk about the Warriors and the Lakers. They're both doing great. Don't get me wrong. If I turn out to be wrong, I got no problem with that. But y'all are idiots because y'all talk about the Lakers and the Warriors all the time. Y'all don't. The Cleveland Cavaliers have won 12 straight games. The Oklahoma City got the MVP, and they are on fire. Y'all are talking about who's in second place. That's the reason I get pissed. Hey, the Lakers are doing great. I don't mind being.
So basically, he called out ESPN and he called out Kendrick Perkins by name to talk about them talking about the Lakers too much.
Y'all talking about teams that had two great. Yes, but don't say basketball's only watching now.
I hear.
Talk about the same
the whole
stuff.
industry.
Whole industry. They talk about the same stuff every single day.
I would have to, but you know, there's
Is there some credit? Is there some credit to be handed out here?
Yes. But don't say basketball's only watching now. First of all, between that and this lame ass LeBron Michael Jordan debate, which is lame. I've said it for years. The only people talk about LeBron and Michael is people on television who got no talent to talk about anything else. I've been saying that for years. I ain't hanging on to the 90s. I've always said LeBron's great, Michael's great. But y'all talk about it all the time and then got LeBron out there posing, talking about he all mad about being the face of the league. But it makes me mad. The Oklahoma City and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
So he's talking about that. So Kendrick Perkins comes back and tweets this. This is what Kendrick Perkins tweet. Let's read it in his slave voice. Hey, NBA on TNT. Might want to tell that senior citizen, Charles Barkley, that I'll be around. when he see an idiot or fool in person, make sure he keep that same energy. He can come play with me if he want, and I'ma address it. His ass like I'ma address his ass like the numbers on a house. Straight from the 409 homeboy. And we bar none and fade all day. Texas boy. This goofy ass nigga is calling out Charles Barkley is talking about that idiot shit, and it is. And he didn't even put it all over, even though he called you out, he called out what you said, Kendrick Perkins, but he was really calling out ESPN. Because he knows that ESPN sets the agenda. I know this for a goddamn fact. That's why they got earpieces in there. Some of the players that I worked with in the past worked on ESPN. I know what goes on behind the scenes. They come up with a very narrow list of topics, and they tell you to say yes. You're going to be on the pro side. They're going to be on the con side. And they're going to talk about this Jordan thing all the time, and they're going to talk about that and that argument because it gets ratings, but they limit the conversation to a handful of people. They don't expand the conversation. If you're going to talk about the greatest 40-year-olds of all time, ding, 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 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in the middle of winning back-to-back championships at 40 years old. God damn it. LeBron still ain't touching Kareem when it comes to who's the best. And Kareem was still playing defense. This nigga Kareem was going against Hall of Fame centers. This nigga was having to face Robert Parrish, Hall of Fame. Moses Malone, Hall of Fame. Hakeem Olajuwon, Hall of Fame. Young David Robinson, Hall of Fame. Young Patrick Ewing, Hall of Fame. I can keep going down the list of Hall of Fame centers that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was having to chase up and down the court. And back then, they used to take commercial airlines, so you would have to win the game. Lakers would lose against the Celtics, and then have to fly commercial with cigarette smoke and cigar smoke in a commercial airline back home. Niggas was playing triples. Niggas was hooping in chucks. Get the fuck out of here. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest 40-year-old we've ever seen play. I remember I was a kid. That nigga was, and he was doing it with a hook shot. That nigga wasn't getting to the basket and dunking, getting a guaranteed bucket. Nigga, he was doing it with a shot that has not since ever been duplicated. Give me that ball on the right block. Swing left, shoot right, bucket. Give me that ball on the left block. Swing left, shoot right, bucket. No threes. Fuck out of here. So anyway, back to what we're talking about. He said taking breaks to give Brucey an ass whooping. Yeah, the skyhook. The skyhook is a shot that's never been duplicated. He wasn't like LeBron. What he'll do is to pad numbers. You'll see him. He'll have 14 points in the third quarter. The Lakers are down by 2. The other team will get going a 15-0 run. He not do nothing about it. Now the Lakers are down 21. And then he'll come back in beginning of the fourth quarter to start going to the basket, get 2 layups, foul, 2 layups, foul, another foul, made 3 baskets and 6 free throws. Now he done got goddamn 16 points. Now the numbers at the end of the game say 29 points. When the game was in the balance, the nigga only had 14. Those other 15 points came in garbage time. He passed stats like that. Kareem wasn't doing that. Kareem was swing left, shooting right on motherfuckers. But back to what we talking about. You good, Rocky? But back to what we talking about. So Kendrick Perkins goes on Twitter, tags the NBA on TNT, and calls out a fade to old ass Charles Barkley because he's calling you out, and he's really calling ESPN out for making y'all have them stupid ass conversations. And it's because ESPN makes y'all have those stupid ass conversations that you say stupid ass shit. Kendrick Perkins, what he said was stupid than a motherfucker. So this is the energy that I'm talking about as black men. Where's that energy with reparations? Where's that energy knowing that our black boys are being put in these special ed classes and they're not special ed? Put IEPs on your black children because they won't sit down in class. And then now your kid got to go to special school, stunting that they goddamn development. And you got kids graduating that can't fucking read a clock, can't count. And we over here ready to throw fades over some goddamn lifelong stupid ass debate. That's a problem. See, you know me, I call out white supremacy with the fastest. But it's certain things we can do in-house that ain't got a goddamn thing to do with white supremacy that we can fix. There's certain things we can do in-house. Certain things we can do in-house. I'm angry because there's a whole bunch of dumb motherfuckers like you. What's that? Anders, whatever the fuck your name is. Why is your name ending with an S anyway? I don't like people with plural names. You one person. Why is your name plural, nigga? Take the S off your name. Come back to me. Matter of fact, my time that nigga out for 5 minutes for having a plural name. Nigga, you ain't plural. I don't like niggas with plural names. You one person. I don't like nobody named Hans. If you got an S at the end of your name, I don't like you. I don't trust nobody named Hans. Nigga, it's just one of you. Where's the S coming from? Back to what we talking about. Yeah, that nigga had an S on it. That nigga had an S at the end of his name. I can't take him serious. Is two of you niggas typing? Did your mama have a stillborn twin, nigga, and she named both of y'all in one name? What the fuck is going on here? Now, Dennis is cool. Dennis is cool. Because it's ending, but nigga, the name was Anders. No, it's either Anders' son, but Anders, it's like playing music and leaving, like having a sustaining chord without resolving the chord. You hit a sustain note, but you don't resolve the note. Now you gotta resolve that. Don't leave me with that sustain. Resolve it. Back to what we're talking about. So, back to what we're talking about. Focus. But look at the energy that gets put out over a fucking who's the greatest debate. I mean, my God, black people. You know what black on black crime is? Your black ass wasting my fucking time trying to argue with me who my top 5 is. Fuck you and your opinion. Kobe's the greatest, and I don't give a fuck what none of you guys got to say about it. If you think somebody else the greatest, fine. Next topic. You ain't going to change my opinion, and I'm not going to spend the time to change yours. I used to spend the time to change other people's. But why? Who gives a fuck? People, and you know another reason why I stopped? Because I really watch basketball. I really watch when I do watch. Like, let me give you an example of how I watch basketball. Look at this game right here. Let's do some live commentating. All right, you coming down here, slash dribble drive inside. Look at that. Look at that stupid ass layup he just shot. Like when I'm watching, I'm looking for the space. There's nobody back there rim protecting. Look at them. They watch. They gonna run an ISO top. Is Ja Morant out there? Look at this. See, this is hard for me to watch. But I watch basketball really closely. If they actually ran a set, I would have called out to you guys and said, I would have been able to tell you, okay, they're running a flex. They're running a 1-4 flat. That's how much I love basketball, but them niggas ain't running shit. That was maybe ball. Damn, Rocky, you still drinking water? But I really watch. What I realized is most of y'all don't watch basketball. Y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all looking at. Most of you niggas is tweeting, on your phone texting, looking up every now and again, and then you're going to read the box score, and then you're going to, back in the day they went to ESPN, but you're going to go to your favorite YouTube channel that breaks down the game, and you're going to repeat what they say. That's when I stopped giving a fuck, when I realized that. Y'all watch highlights, y'all watch reels, and y'all read stats that you can't even interpret because you don't know the difference between mean, mode, median, and range. So I found that when I have that GOAT debate, I'm talking to niggas who don't even fucking watch. Or the people that say Michael Jordan. You got people who are fucking 35 years old saying Michael Jordan. You weren't around when he was playing, nigga. You didn't even watch him. You just watched the highlights. See, me, I watched almost every game Jordan played from 1989 on. 88. We got cable in 89. And that's when we got WGN. And he used to be on WGN. My brother was a Bulls fan. So I watched at least 2 to 3 Jordan games a week on WGN. From 89 till Jordan retired. I watched every Laker game. I started watching the Lakers with my dad when I was 5. And me and my dad generally watched all 82. So I watched all 82 with my dad from 1985. So I saw late Magic, all through Kareem, Nick Van Exel. So when Kobe came, I was in 10th grade when Kobe got drafted. So Kobe is my high school and college years. And I watched all 82 games every year up until really Kobe tore his Achilles. Up until Kobe tore his Achilles in 2013. So I had NBA League Pass since 2005. I watched the majority of Kevin Durant's games when he came into the NBA. I've seen Kevin Durant live, actually at a game, at least 50 times. I've seen LeBron James. I've seen most of LeBron's career, NBA League Pass. I've probably seen 80% of LeBron James's games that he's ever played. 80 to 85%. Hell, do you know that I was actually, my longtime subs know, I was in Cleveland. I flew to Cleveland to watch LeBron's return game. Let me prove this shit to y'all. Oh, shit. Let me prove this shit to y'all. I flew to Cleveland to watch LeBron's return game with the as a member of the Miami Heat when he played against the Cavs. Y'all want to know? Just real quick, we're going to get right back to talking about this shit. I had to change, y'all. Basketball was taking too much time in my life, y'all. And with that being said, go to intellectualpower.net. Type in the product code DBrown for 10% off. And all the links are in the description. Peace pads, that's for the ladies. And then Rizza Islam has an event May 3rd. It's all in the description, a free event for reproductive health, May 3rd here in LA. Make sure y'all click the link in the bio for all that everything. And go to intellectualpower.net. But look, remember I told y'all I was at All-Star Weekend in New Orleans? Yeah. That's how you got in. Remember I told y'all I was at All-Star Weekend? I'm not playing with y'all, nigga. Like, I'm at a different time in my life. I've moved on. Is this my Lakers finals? Cause some of these is my finals. Is this it? Oh, that's cool in the game. I don't think I have. No, I have it here. My uncle took my finals thing. Look at this. Look at this. This is the ballroom pass pregame on my birthday. This is when the Lakers beat the Celtics in Game 7. I was in the chairman's room. I'm not playing with y'all. Preseason games with the Lakers. Chairman's room. Like, and this is I didn't even say most of my shit. Chairman's room. I didn't even say most of my tickets. Let me see. I'm looking for one ticket in particular. You good over there, Rocky? I'm looking for one ticket in particular. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? You good, Rocky? I can't find it. I'm looking for my Lakers Cavs. I'm looking for that Lakers Cavs ticket. Oh, here it is. Look. Remember I told y'all I went to go see LeBron? This was LeBron's first game back with the Miami Heat. This is when, remember when LeBron left the Cavs and went with the Heat? And then he came back and when they were booing him like shit? Yeah, I went to Cleveland to see that shit, yo. You see that? I'm not... I'm certified. I'm not just some random nigga talking. Y'all just know me from talking music and history and shit. I have a very fun life. And when I was in my 20s, I had a whole lot of goddamn fun. And when I was in my 20s, I had fun like a motherfucker. I still have fun. But in my 20s, it was another level. But yeah, so that's what was going on. And so like I was there for a lot of LeBron's career. All of it. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Drew League in the summertime. I'm there with Westbrook and I was Kobe. I wasn't there the day Kobe came. I was like, damn, I was one of the few days I didn't go. But KD, LeBron, I was all that shit. But I said that to say, as consumed as I was with it, man, I had to realize we got to grow up. We got to grow up. And I say that from experience. I don't say that from a perch. I don't say that from a high horse. I say that being there and seeing the difference between when you spend your energy on things that are going to make not only yourself a better person, but your community a better person. There's time to do it all. But if you spend all your day on who's the top 10 and you fight and want to fight old niggas, that's regressive. That's arrested development. You know. Oh, by the way, rest in peace, Dwayne Wiggins from Tony. We talked about him on the show yesterday. They said he was in hospice, but he was still alive at the time. But Dwayne Wiggins did pass away today, confirmed on his Instagram account by family. Brother of Raphael Sadiq, original member of Tony out the Bay Area. One of the many bands in the Bay Area that had a sound. Like they come in the lineage of Sly and the Family Stone, the Grateful Dead, Tower of Power, Confunction. The Bay's had a long line of great bands, and Tony's one of them. So rest in peace to Dwayne Wiggins. Rest in peace. But so now I want to go on to the whole LeBron and Stephen A. Smith. So for those of you who don't know, LeBron James, let me see if I have the video up. went at Stephen A. Smith for something Stephen A. Smith said about his son. And what he said, what Stephen A. Smith said about LeBron's son, it was regarding basketball. It was regarding him having that bad shooting percentage and starting in the first quarter. And LeBron's sensitive ass took it like a hoe. Here.
LeBron James coming up to me, unexpectedly, I might add, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say about his son. Can't repeat the words because they ain't suited for FCC airwaves. That's what he was doing. That wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent.
So Stephen A. Smith. Let's talk. Let's hear more of it.
That was a father. And I can't sit here and be angry.
I'm gonna speed it up, son.
Or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in that regard. Now let me tell you what I feel. I never would speak negatively about your son. I was talking about you.
Ooh.
You, LeBron James. I have nothing but the best wishes for Bronny James. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope that he flourishes into an NBA star. Usually in other sports, we see all stars, and on occasion, we'll see their children become stars as well. That doesn't really happen with the NBA. I sincerely hope he's the exception. By all accounts, he's a wonderful kid. And I don't know anybody who roots against him, and it certainly isn't me. But in the same breath, at the time that we were talking about him, he was percolating to such a degree that the Bronny James stories had gone viral. And so we had to talk about it. And when I said the things that I said, I was talking about the position that he was put in by his dad. Because LeBron James has been on the record, and he has said, and I'll read the quote here. There was a quote that he gave in February of 2024. The work and results will ultimately do talking, no matter what the size. If y'all don't know, he doesn't care what mock drafts say. He just works, earned, not given, et cetera, et cetera. But he also had said that his son could play on the Lakers right now, and he was better than half the dudes in the NBA. In the aftermath of all of that, he instructed everybody before the draft, y'all want me, draft Bronny. Wherever Bronny is at, that's where I'll be. I'll do whatever it takes to play with my son for a year. It's not about the money at that point. My point months ago was that because of who you are, one of the top 2 players in the history of basketball, in my estimation, there's an immense amount of...
Okay, that's enough. So that's what went on right there. And to that I say, man, this is why I said what I said. This is why I said what I said. Hold on, this shit got me as unlisted. Make sure y'all, can y'all see? There we go. Let me see here. Okay, I see what happened. And this shit is, I'm over here getting an email about this broadcast that we on right now. I guess they mad. Whatever. Fuck them. All right, anyway. It said this shit, my video went to unlisted. Like, hold on. This shit better be on my page. Well, anyway. So, Stephen A. Smith, LeBron James goes over to Stephen A. Smith, and he does what he always does, performative art. If it was that bad, he could have called Stephen A. Smith and talked about it, because the people who are really about that life, they don't do it in front of everybody. You know what I mean? LeBron would not have gone to Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd said Stephen A. Smith didn't even say nothing about your son. He just talked about the spotlight you brought to him. And he told the truth. The nigga sucks. And he told the truth. That's just the truth. You know? And so you would not have done that to a white boy. You would not have done that to a white boy. You did it to Stephen A. because you knew one house nigga can get away with performing for white folks or against another house nigga all day, every day. They know you know that they'll always allow two house niggas to tap dance. It's very entertaining. You would not have done that to a white boy. You would not have done that to Mad Dog Russo. You would not have done that to Colin Cowherd. You would not have done that. Well, Nick Wright is a fucking parasite on your balls, so that wouldn't even been an issue. But you wouldn't have done that to Chris Berman. You wouldn't have done that to anybody white. Let's start off by saying that. So, number two. What's up with you weak ass niggas that's for this? Bronny James made the professional ranks. He's a pro. He's not a child anymore. LeBron said 2 years ago when dude was still in high school, my son can play better than people in the NBA. Well, those people in the NBA, they somebody else's son. What if they clap back? If one of them players clap back at LeBron, you same hoe ass niggas would have been like, no, that's LeBron James. You can't say that. You can't say that. He's the GOAT. Sissy ass niggas. The way y'all defend this nigga, what about when them white people was going at Angel Reese? Y'all didn't even defend the sister like this. Think about that. Y'all telling, when Stephen A. Smith and all them went at Angel Reese, you same thong drawers wearing ass niggas was laughing with Stephen A. Smith. Talked about Angel Reese. You motherfuckers, amen, Shannon Sharp, when he big up Caitlin Clark and marginalized Angel Reese. And then you turn around and say Stephen A. Smith couldn't be honest about Bronny James. He was 1 for 16 from the field. That's not a fucking lie. If the man is 1 for 16, and you know ESPN is a clout chasing network, so if the internet is talking about something, ESPN's gonna pick up on it. The internet was, I remember that shit, it was like 2 months ago. The NBA was clowning Bronny for going 1 for 16, and then like 0 from 8 from 3, and like his only points being free throws. The NBA was clowning. Of course ESPN's gonna cover it. But you same niggas said idly by when that dude Emmanuel Acho basically said, well, Angel Reese, you said these things, you wanted the attention, you have to man up, basically. Y'all let that African dude say that about this sister. You same niggas let Shannon Sharp go at her. You same niggas are laughing when Cam and Mace go at her. But you want to treat Bronny James with kid gloves? I don't respect it. You niggas are corny, and y'all what's wrong with us in a lot of ways. Are you as bad as the drug dealer and the gangster? No. But you right there, why? Because we can use this time and energy for making sure that these schools do right by our children. We can use this same, because all we have is time and energy. Energy cannot be taken away. It can only be transformed, transmutilated. Can't take it away. We already got the energy, and we already got the time. If you got the time to talk about top 5, you got the time. And I'm not saying don't talk about sports. But if y'all notice when I talk about sports on this channel, I'll use the design of a play to mimic a life situation. The same way I used to design plays in basketball is the same way you organize music. The communal sport of music and the communal sport of sport, the community. There are times on when life is sports is war games. You use sports for war games. I wish I had my highlighter. This dude, what's his name? The TP perspective. Is that a beret you have on your head? Is that a beret you got on your pants, nigga? Do you paint? How you have a beret on your head and you don't paint? This nigga, oh yeah, no, he do. This nigga be the only painting that nigga do is grabbing crayons and drawing drawings of pig nuts with peach colored crayons. It's the only painting you do. This nigga that has on a beret. Your breath stink, nigga. Your breath smell like perineum with a beret on. This nigga has on a beret. If you don't, nigga, is your name Pierre? The fuck is wrong with you with a beret on? This nigga, your mama's disappointed in you. Your mama raised you. You've been drinking rotten, spoiled titty milk since you was 3 months old. Your mama only had fresh breast milk your first 2.5 months. From 3 months until you got off the titty at 7 years old, that shit was rotten. Yeah, you was still sucking on her titty at 7. Yeah, that's all he draw. That nigga draw pig nuts. That nigga just get peach-colored crayons and be like, these are boar nuts? These are pig nuts. These are baby pig nuts. Weirdo ass nigga. Now back to what I was talking about. Back to what we talking about. So when it comes to sports, sports is a time that you create the game plan. It's a war game. And you look at the pieces on the board and you move them around to create space to get shots. And if black men saw football and basketball as war strategy, then I say let's watch and talk all the basketball we can talk. But since you niggas watch basketball because you need a basketball daddy, that's the problem. That's the problem. Don't talk about LeBron James' son. Is he in the NBA, nigga? Wasn't nobody talking about him when he was in high school? Shut the fuck up and watch. Why do you defend LeBron James more than you defend our need for reparations? More than you defend Angel Reese. You niggas let threw these Angel Reese out there to the wolves. You got Charleston White calling her a hoe. You got grown ass men on these podcasts, like basically thumbing their nose at that black woman. She plays in this little bullshit ass 3-on-3 that they got. They clowning her for her jump shot. At least if you go, like, what kind of thimble dick shit is this? Like, what happened? What happened? You niggas are so weak and weird. You defending that man's son? And Stephen A. Smith didn't say nothing bad about him personally. He just said the nigga went 1 for 16. And he made a good point. Why would you put somebody that went 1 for 16 in the first quarter? That's all he said. He didn't say they didn't put him in the game. He didn't say he shouldn't play at all. But if you're going 1 for 16, that means you need some practice. And you probably shouldn't get in the game until garbage time. Either we up 20 or they up 20. But if you're 1 for 16, no, you shouldn't be in the first quarter. And you got to remember why Stephen A. Smith said that. I remember the game before that. Because he was getting torched. People were saying J.J. Redick set Bronny up. Because I forgot who he was playing against. I forgot who that was they were playing against. But Bronny got torched. And Stephen A. Smith was basically saying, look, why would you even put him in? He's not ready for that. And y'all, well, if that was my son, man, if that was your son, the media wouldn't acknowledge your ass. No, let me tell you something, black man. If that was your son, you know what they would have done? They would have treated your dumb ass like LeVar Ball. Remember when LeVar Ball sent it up for his son? Remember when they was calling him anything other than the child of God because he was standing up for his sons? What about LeVar Ball? Half you coon ass niggas was criticizing him. Well, LeVar Ball, that nigga, well, he don't have to be so brash. Well, no, LeVar could have said it, but did he have to say it that way? You niggas nuts is the size of coffee grains. I ain't talking about coffee beans, coffee grain nuts, niggas. They publicly lynched LeVar Ball. And Lonzo and LiAngelo and LaMelo had to take the brunt of it. I remember when Lonzo was a Laker. Y'all remember the year LeBron came to the Lakers? Because LeBron didn't change shit. The Lakers only won one extra game when LeBron got there. And that year that LeBron was teamed up with Lonzo Ball, y'all was going in on Lonzo. He Lonzo this, Lonzo that. What about LeVar? That's LeVar Ball's son. Where was y'all? It wasn't no. You criticized LeVar, a black man's son then. What about T. Morant, John Morant's dad? When Ja was in the playoffs, do y'all remember when Ja was in the playoffs a couple years ago before he tore his knee? When his dad was standing up and getting on camera all the time and cheering his son on, and ESPN and all of them had an issue with it. Y'all wasn't saying nothing about a black man's son then. You old fake pro-black ass niggas. That's my thing with the LeBron fans. LeBron fans are the most fakest pro-black ass niggas there is on the planet. It's only a black man's son when it's LeBron James. No, Lonzo's jumper was not dog shit. Lonzo had a better jumper. Was his jumper. It looked funny, but that shit went in, and it's still good. Look at Lonzo right now. Lonzo's balling right now. He just had some knee issues. Lonzo knew how to set up a court. Lonzo knew how to set the table for an offense. That's something, but you got to know basketball to appreciate Lonzo Ball. He knew how to shoot the gaps and play the gaps on defense. He was great with stealing. He knew how to steal without fouling. He knew how to slide his feet. And when it came to offense, he knew how to set the table and put the ball to where everybody needed it at the right time when they needed it. Lonzo had the point guard skills that you cannot teach. You cannot teach what Lonzo Ball has. And now that he's finally playing a little bit, you starting to see that nigga's balling. Some of the highest IQ I've ever seen on a player. I coached against Lonzo, LaMelo, and LiAngelo. And when I coached AAU, I coached against LeVar a couple times. Well, my team. We beat them each time, but it's not that we beat them because, again, we beat them because Lonzo was like 10. This was like my 10 and under team. When I coached him, my 10 and under team. Lonzo, no, this is 12 and under, 12 and under. Lonzo was like 12. LaMelo was like 10, and LiAngelo was like 9. And LiAngelo was like, LaMelo. LaMelo, the youngest, the one that plays for the Charlotte Hornets now. He was a small one. He was like he was like a little baby out there. He hadn't grown yet. And he was there playing against my 12-year-old team. So we only beat them because it was my 12-year-old team. And the only 12-year-old they had was Lonzo. The rest of them were playing up. And we were just bigger and more experienced than them. But they used to run back and forth, and that little nigga LaMelo was like 9. This motherfucker had range then. I remember they used to run this play, they used to just swing the ball back and forth, back and forth. And Lonzo would always find a way. This is when Lonzo was 12. He would always find a way to get the ball to LaMelo. To LiAngelo. And LaMelo too. LaMelo had more of a slashing game. But Lonzo will always, and LiAngelo was too small to be out there. So he didn't know, he would just be like way back. And this nigga would pull up from 2 feet behind the 3-point line at 9 and wet that motherfucker. Them niggas was not easy to beat. Like, based on their size, we should have beat them by 40. We beat them niggas Each game by like in the last like 4 minutes, we would stretch the lead out to 10 or 12 in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game. But I was coaching against them kids when they was 9, y'all. I told you, I forgot about. I forgot more basketball than I can remember. I literally forgot that I coached against them until just now. But when they were all three together, that memory just hit me. That was so long ago. But this thing, man, we gotta fix this as a culture, yo. I don't respect it. I do not respect it. Yeah, Sammy, I stopped caring about the Lakers. I stopped caring if the Lakers won or not when they traded that team away. I truly don't give a fuck no more. But I'm overall don't give a fuck about sports. But really, Lakers, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm good. But I'm not with it. LeBron over here, no, that was all a circus. If LeBron really had an issue with Stephen A, he would have called, he would have done it the same way he would have done it with them white boys. And on top of that, LeBron did that in between the third and the fourth quarter. He did that during the game, not after. That was a close game the Lakers had against the Knicks yesterday. That was a close game. I don't want my players worried about nobody in the fucking media during the game. No. Kobe wouldn't do that. Yeah, I'm saying that. It's a Lakers standard. Shaq wouldn't have done that. Magic wouldn't have done that. And you know what they got in common? Multiple championships with the Lakers. They all got more than you, LeBron. Well, Shaq is equal. They all got more rings than LeBron. So I'm going to follow the people who I saw win 5 rings right in front of my fucking face. There's some nigga that skip traced and played with the fucking NBA team of the century to just win 4 little ass championships. No, that's not. No, you don't agree on that one. That's cap, Big Tone. Stephen A. Smith is on the media. He addresses everybody publicly. That's his job, to address people publicly. And he didn't even address them with nothing. All he said was Bronny went 1 for 16. And that's fair criticism. So you know what happened with my dad? If I signed up for something and the downside of what I signed up for bit me in the ass, you know what my dad would have told me? Well, nigga, get better. You know what you signed up for. Sports, the reason ESPN exists is to criticize athletes. And if you go 1 for 16, guess what? That's fair. Now, had Stephen A. Smith said, Bronny, and he still would have been right, but had he said, okay, this kid's a scrub, this is a DEI hire because his son, because of who his father is, and this dude is a terrible player, he's a terrible human being, he'll never be shit. If Stephen A. Smith said that, then okay, maybe. But if he says you went 1 for 16, and why are you playing in the first quarter? That's fair. The nepotism got him a job. It didn't buy the media to not tell the truth about what we all see. That boy is hot garbage. Yeah, that's right, Mark Anthony. Personal attack, yeah, that's something different. He would have been out of the line. He would have been out of the line had he personally attacked Bronny, but he didn't. 1 for 6 is not an attack. So no, that's weak as fuck. That's weak as fuck. I see I got a super chat. I didn't see the super chat come through. Let me scroll back up. Victor Villain said Bron pulled a punk move on Stephen A. Yeah, it was a punk move. That was that was you calling out another black man because you know, had you done that shit to Colin Cowherd to Skip Bayless, you'd have been put in your place. You wouldn't have done that to them. You wouldn't have done that to Dan Patrick. You wouldn't have done that to Pat McAfee or Mad Dog Russo. You would not have done that. DW, let me fix what you said. LeBron has created a soft NBA. That's a past tense, brother. The minute LeBron said, I'm going to leave my kingdom to go join the other player who's just as good as me and join his team, yeah, that's when the NBA got soft. Soft, soft, soft. But LeBron would not have done that to one of them white boys. I see through the bullshit. It's weak. I don't respect it. Your son signed up. He's in the NBA. He's a professional. $4.5 million tickets to take criticism. And when the criticism is you went 1 for 16, that's fair. That is fair. Let's as black men, let's save that energy for something that's gonna be constructive. How about we do that? How about we do that? What's up, Swarthy Nerd? Yeah, 1 for 16 is pretty bad. And calling that out is fair. So yeah, nah. That shit is weak. And all these niggas that's defending it, that shit's weak too. Man the fuck up. Like, man, we got better things to put our heels in the sand for. And if you're gonna be this way over sports, how you let all them white people talk about Angel Reese? If it's all about keeping people's name out your mouth, as black men, are we not the protectors of black women? Are we not the protectors of black women? And y'all left Angel Reese out there for the wolves. And hell, a lot of y'all joined in. It'd have been bad enough if y'all left her out there for the wolves. Most of you niggas defending Bronny right now did not say nothing with Angel Reese. And she's a champion, at least in college. She's a top pick, one of the top picks. She wasn't a nepotism hire. She earned her spot. Vlogs, professional sports is fake to dumb motherfuckers like you. If you want to be simple, then yes, it is fake. The outcome is fake. It's rigged. But if you understand sports, you understand it's a strategic war game. And you can learn how to navigate different situations in life through sports when you design an offense that can beat a particular defense that was designed to stop you. Through sports, you understand that everything is an obstacle. Through sports, you understand that there's nothing that's going to come to you easy. And it's your job to persevere and to create a game plan to get around, go under, jump over, or go through. If you're a thinker, you know that's what sports is. But if you're a dumb motherfucker jumping up in a chat room looking for attention, you say stupid shit like, "Professional for the sake, you simpleton." You see the goddamn titles is about sports and you still chose to click on the motherfucking button. You dumb motherfucker. Get out of here then. If you think that, then get out of here or shut the fuck up. The title's about sports. Last thing we need is some idiot like you coming up in here talking a bunch of dumb shit. If the title was the sinking of the Titanic, and you come here expecting to hear a topic on me talking about the sinking of the Titanic, and then you come in here and I'm talking about sports instead, then yeah, you'd have something to say. I am on the public internet. And you are now out of here. Your mama got warm jaws. Tell her that, all right? Tell her that's much appreciated. Back to what we're talking about. So, sports, man, we gotta see this. Like, if we're gonna watch it, let's watch it for the, and watch it for the enjoyment too. It's nothing better than a spontaneous thing you didn't know was gonna happen. Basketball and football, just like music, is about how it makes you feel. These athletes these are the physical gods, man. And they do things with their bodies that we could only dream of. And they play at a level that's just so amazing. And they do things like when Dame Lillard hit that game-winning three-pointer over Yao Ming in the playoffs. And then a couple years later did it again over Paul George. Like, you can't. That's a feeling. I get it. I get it when it comes to watching sports. When Kobe hit that game winner against Phoenix, after he got that steal. Robert Horry hit that three at the top of the key when Vlade tipped it out. Man, those are memories, man. So I get watching sports. And it's a good way to unwind. You're not going to spend all day fighting, You need to dedicate time to you need time that you dedicate for leisure. And sports is a great thing to watch during your leisure time. Like, that nigga just got hung on a dunk. Oh, shit. Look at this. Oh, he got it back that time. That nigga got hung. See, sports is a great way to spend your leisure time. Like, this is fun. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this nigga. He get a steal. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Oh, no. He got, no, that was that one. Let me go to the other one. My bad. That was the other dunk. This dunk here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Watch this play. Okay. Ja Morant. Brick. Rebound. Throw the ball down court. Look at this shit. This nigga, look at this. Look at this. He's like, he get the ball. I'm going to get a dunk. I'm going to get a dunk. Doom. You fucking idiot. I love sports. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting here to say don't go around and be a stiff your whole life. Nah, don't be a stiff your whole life. Watch some basketball. Watch some sports. But be a man about it, man. Like when the game is over with, the game is over with. Let's go to the next subject. Like, how long are we gonna argue who's the best, Jordan or LeBron? Like, dude, that wasn't Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie, LA nigga. Well, nah, when the game is over, like, talk a little bit of shit. My favorite player is this person. Your favorite player is that person. You know, the 2001 Lakers would have beat the 96 Bulls. The 2001 Lakers would have beat the 2017 Warriors. You know, like that's fun. That's fun conversation to have. But every day, all day, and the level of passion you put behind it, fellas, stop. Stop it. Stop. Like, for real, stop. What's up, Jay Jimerson? Just stop it. All right? Yeah, nothing wrong with friendly debates. Have a little, spend some time talking about it. Again, we must spend time for leisure. You can't always be working. You got to have leisure time. But when you do all these debates over who's the greatest and all this stuff, you minimize everybody else. Do they have endless debates over who's the greatest pitcher? Think about that. They don't sit around comparing this Oshanti dude to Hideo Nomo, and they don't compare Clayton Kershaw all day to Randy Johnson. They let all these motherfuckers be great. You notice that? They don't sit around all day debating over white quarterbacks. Oh, who was better? Was it Tom Brady or Dan Marino? Was it Ben Roethlisberger or Joe Montana? No one does that in any other sport. Y'all only do that with basketball, and y'all only do that shit with the two men, black men, have a unhealthy love affair for, Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Them is two names that people will kill you if you say something about one of those two they don't like. It's really, really, really bad. Jordan fans, y'all taught LeBron James fans how to be fucking weirdos. Y'all the first weirdos. The Jordan fans are the first weirdos. Nigga. But it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. They only do it with the black players. What's up, Cookie? It didn't matter. They only do it with the black players. That's it. We're the only ones they do it with. Everybody else gets to be great. Y'all falling for the trap. LeBron James and Jordan's games are so completely different. Their games are so completely different. It's arguing. That's like arguing who's better, Emmitt Smith or Jerry Rice. How can you have a complete argument over a receiver versus a running back? They're weighed by different metrics. Their greatness is going to lie in different areas. They played in different regions. I mean, different not regions, different epoch, different times, different players, different rules. You can't even make a legit argument if you're gonna tell the truth. You know? So it's like not even worth arguing. Like when I talk basketball, I like talking about the unique greatness of each player. Kyrie Irving, before he got hurt, Kyrie Irving has a greatness with handle that Steph has with the three. James Harden, his greatness, his ability to get unassisted threes and to shift defenders, which is a different greatness than Dwayne Wade's greatness. His greatness was mid post. Dwayne Wade's greatness was at the mid post, working that elbow and working a baseline. Mid range your ass to motherfucking death. The only way you can really compare James Harden and Dwayne Wade is one, they're both shooting guards. Two, you can argue over who had the better Euro step between Harden and Wade. But after you get past who had the better Euro step, their games are completely different. And they're every bit as great. That's a basketball conversation. Now, I'm not turning on the light. The, you niggas know how I look. Shit. Too high that goddamn night. But I never went to Summer Jam in Irvine. It was too many people getting their ass whipped out there. Plus, I was in high school back then. I couldn't make it down there. But like everybody in the NBA has like a unique greatness, you know? It's a unique skill set, a unique greatness. And if you can't have that conversation with me, I don't want to talk. I don't mind talking about the different unique greatness because I still like to talk basketball with somebody that's worthy talking basketball with. But if you're going to sit here and pull out a bunch of stats and talk about how much you love some nigga, I don't want to talk to you. But check out my Patreon today. Dr. Winters did a great program on Black America. And we're going to do it again soon because the audio is like okay. Like it's hard to hear Dr. Winters, but you're still going to hear it. It's on Patreon. I'm going to keep it up over there, and I'll do something different for YouTube with him. But the one we have on Patreon, I'm going to keep on Patreon and join Dr. Clyde Winters' Patreon. And go to intellectualpower.net. But all these emotional debates, Kendrick Perkins talking about fighting old ass Charles Barkley over a fucking, man, stop it, dude. Stop it. I can't stand niggas that get violent with each other, but give white boys a pass. I don't respect it. I don't respect it. I do not respect it. At all. All right? And all you niggas defending LeBron James, get over it. That nigga ain't gonna give you shit, and you look stupid. Let that man's millionaire ass and millionaire son handle their own rich people problems. If the nigga only shoot 1 for 16, then goddamn it, he gonna tell a nigga to get in the gym and shoot better. That's how you remedy that. If you only get talked about for shooting 1 for 16, the nigga go shoot 9 for 16, and he ain't gonna have nothing to talk about. That's how you solve that. All right? There ain't no phone line when I'm on my phone. Phone line's only when I'm on my computer. But y'all have a good one, though. I'm out.